feel in pro games compared to pubs? In pubs, it's like the perfect hero for like being better than your opponents, never dying, and you just ride that wave. Does it work as well in pro games when your opponents are good and they draft the right tools? Or
yeah, I don't think so, because usually in pro games they'll draft at least one or two clear-cut ways to kill you, like a puck we've been seeing a lot. And Void Spirit is heavily countered by Roots. I don't think that's really anything else that owns him. But most notably, in pubs, I've seen even teams go, or players go like 1-4-4, where they're prioritizing the Dissimulate as well as the Resonant Pulse, just to clear waves and farm.
Yeah.
And then they'll get to that next item. But in pro games, I've been seeing him more used as a 4-1-4, where you're trying to roam and threaten people, which means you're not farming nearly as much.
Yep.
And then by the time you're supposed to be farming, you're killable. So it's kind of like this weird. Yeah, he feels a lot more powerful in pubs to me than he does in professional.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you guys saw. Did you see the tweet 23 Savage made and the PPD reply?
I did not.
It was I'm trying to get, it was 9 or 10K MMR, and then Peter's like, well, this isn't 2 months ago with Morphling Earthshaker, and then they just won a game last series with it. So, just hitting back at him a little bit.
He's a sick Morphling player. I mean, he's level
really
25 Dota plus, plays the hero all the time.
Yeah.
He knows which voice lines to use when he uses it on
the perfect one. Yeah.
The most value 25 level
yeah.
voice line to have, because you can do whatever hero you're morphed into, you get to have their
sick.
voice lines.
All right, Bat Rider gets banned out. Pretty strong offlaner. Good catch as well. A lot of offlaners go down there. Beastmaster as well on the other side.
10 seconds remaining.
More than likely looking for supports for both teams again.
5 seconds remaining.
What do we want to see on crit, do you think, since EG has his next pick?
I think they should plan for a puck coming.
Okay.
So a support such as Earth Spirit that threatens puck.
Okay.
That's banned.
Earth Spirit got banned. Wow. Shaker already got banned too. Rubik's been banned.
Yeah.
I know that Fnatic plays puck against Void Spirit as well as with Clockwork, and a lot of the heroes that insta-stun the puck are already out of the pool. So
Lion, maybe.
Oh, they could go Lion. Yeah, that would be a. Oh yeah, it's good against Morphling too. That'd be a nice pick.
We'll see. Using most of their time here, under a minute now. You see Sunvi intently staring. Abed, hey. Oh, I was like, he's not cleaning his glasses, but he is back. Purge, this is the man after your own heart. He
I
cleans his
really
glasses
respect this team a lot.
24/7.
I mean, I see a pack of Clorox in the back. They've clearly been wiping down their keyboards.
Yep.
He's getting all the virus off of his glasses to make sure he can stay focused on this game.
Yep. They're in the zone. They're ready.
This guy's priorities straight.
Stretching, too. Do you guys, honestly, when you're at home by yourself just playing games, do you stretch?
No,
Yes.
I don't move enough.
I try to make sure I stretch. I usually
Feel
make
better.
myself go do something between every other game,
Yeah.
like whether it's just walk downstairs or something. Because otherwise, I sit still and I noticed it was hurting my back after a while. So
good.
just sit still.
Stretch up.
Yeah.
Being hurt is the best way to realize you need to change your ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That's your
Like,
body's
yeah.
way. I'm telling you. You're
Please
not
help
doing
me.
it right here.
Yep. They take the tiny.
Tiny's kind of interesting. You can toss people into Clockwork if he catches like one of your supports. That can be one decent way to spread the damage out. The heavy burst damage is great. It's decent against Puck if you can catch him with a toss first, or against Morphling as well. Lots of burst damage, so I think it's okay. It's a good hero to combo with Snapfire too. You could potentially do Tiny 3 with Snapfire in the lane, because like having some like melee hero ideal with burst damage or stun is always just makes that lane combo so much scarier, which is one of the big reasons that Snapfire's win rate was good, because she was so dominant in lane.
Yeah.
So I think it's a decent opening. It doesn't have to be off lane, but it gives them a lot of options.
Yep. And then BSJ, you were right. The Puck just pretty much snap pick there afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, Fnatic's already done it all tournament. I think it also alleviates a lot of the problems that Morphling has, because Puck's really good against PL as well as Naga, and those are crucial cores usually.
Hey.
Being picked in the Morphling, that's a nice pick. I don't know if they'll be able to get out of the laning stage. That's my only concern, but in terms of the mid game, it's a hero that doesn't care about Clockwork, can just fly over the cogs, and then can get on top of these elusive spell casting survivability heroes. You know, they rely on their spells to live.
And he's going to be able to find him really easy too when he uses his ultimate.
True.
Don't have to worry about him hiding in trees, that kind of thing.
Feels like the idea they had game 1 against OG as well. Just run at them, don't let them actually get ahead with the Morphling.
Yeah.
Just first night time, Tiny and Nightsucker just keep running at this Morphling, maybe the Puck or the Clockwork even, and then just keep the pressure up constantly. So it's a pretty nice idea. I was thinking about the Yabadon, but it feels way too defensive against like a Morphling. You kind of want to be in their face constantly.
Yep. Wow, Electric. We haven't seen this hero either, right? Actually, now that I'm thinking. This might be the first one.
I like it a lot here. EG's lineup is like very Magic Burst right now. Like they don't have a lot of like single target physical damage outside of like Void Spirit ultimates basically. So if Lesh can be covered by Clockwork and Puck, who are gonna initiate first, put disable, prevent their opponents from moving, Lesh just needs like a BKB and a little bit of mana, and he can be like the major damage dealer to complement the Morphling. Not to mention he can be the tower pusher. So I think it's a pretty solid pick. They're a little bit squishy right now, but between like Puck ult and Clockwork. And the mobility of Morphling, I think, like if Leshrac has a couple items, he'll be pretty covered here.
And an Undying ban. I didn't remember that was a hero.
So they're doing that just to, because otherwise you could lane Undying against like Night Stalker or something like that. Lowers damage by like 8 to 12, and then he's gonna have like really hard time laning against something like Morph.
The Tombstone's also really good because it gives 1800 night vision.
Oh,
so you can lay it down on high ground.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes with. It's 100% about the laning stage, like Per just said, but it's also like an in-game counter. So usually you'll ban something that does both, if there's one, and I think that's why. I think that I like the Lesh just because Lesh is generally really good against these low damage strength offlaners that want to run at you, because he just can kite you while also killing you. So it's really hard to play these up-in-your-face melee strength heroes against Lesh, because his Diabolic Edict plus his ult is so much damage on top of you.
When I sidelane Lesh, sometimes I feel a little bit vulnerable, though. It's like if my support ever leaves and I'm just killable, you know?
I think
how
he's
do you
mid.
solve that?
I think he's mid because the Puck is usually played by DJ.
And Moon usually plays Leshrac for him, yeah.
That could be side lane, but I agree with you in the side lane. Lesh can be... I think Lesh kind of needs to dual lane all the time.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because otherwise, like you said, he just gets ran at.
All right, Wepis, if you call Fnatic's pick right here, you can replace me at the next 3 events I get invited to right now.
I'm curious if they're going to go for a Jabs hero, or they can still put Jabs on the Leshrac here. And then just have Moon on the Puck if they want to do that. They might just wait and see what happens with the mid lane, actually. Because I feel like EG still has it open. They can still put RTC or
Abed on the Void.
Abed on both the Void and the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Question is if their core lineup is, or like if their 2 cores are strong enough then to pick like a more defensive offlaner or a more aggressive mid laner.
Ogre or Wyvern? Ogre's like laning stage. Wyvern, I think, is better for their game. Oh, wow. Wait.
We've seen a lot of new heroes
here.
So
it is 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
It is 5 o'clock.
Likely, yeah.
It could be 5x. We actually did see that in a qualifier. We have, Puppy played it a while ago too, but yeah. All right, so you see their lineup. You have the overall last pick here. If you're like Arteezy or Abed here, maybe, what's looking good? I win the game with what hero? Is there one? Well, Arteezy's standing up, so it looks like they might have a clue.
Do you think the Night Stalker and the Void can be strong enough as a 1 and 2 to warrant picking up a more defensive offlaner here? Just to get more auras and stuff?
I think it's just Ramsey's Night Stalker.
Yeah, most likely.
I think they need more carry potential.
Oh, they go with the TA again.
I was actually going to...
Yeah, all right, Brian.
No, that was like the only hero I could think of as like a win condition as your last pick, but I also... I thought they might need to put Night Stalker solo safe lane instead of putting him into the Morphling. I just think that sounds rough. So my only concern is how EG is going to get out of the first like 3 minutes of this game.
Yep.
So
we will have to see. Everyone, you now have 1 minute. I'm saying 1 minute. Grab a monster, grab a snack, and get back here. Don't be late. We'll see you then. And look at this. Right into the game we go. DJ's Puck looking stylish as ever. And as Wepis talked about, it is going to be that 5-position axe. And you were just talking right now, you want to see either boots or an orb of venom, right?
He's got boots.
All right. And you just run. You just skill W and run?
I think so. I think you just skill W and run at them. Try and punch them. Like you were mentioning as well, with no start shield anymore, the strength 5s are pretty strong.
Yep.
Jabs always goes boots, it seems like.
That's true.
And he talked about it when he was on the couch. He's like, boots good. You run at people. Simple as that.
Now that you can ferry yourself more regen, you can just go for these greedier builds.
It's true,
yeah.
How do you guys like that courier? I know I might have asked BSJ. How do you guys feel about, like, now that we've seen the whole everyone gets their own courier, it is part of Dota now. Do you like it more than the one courier kind of thing? Less strategy, more kind of thing? I don't know.
I wouldn't even say that it's like that much less strategy, because before it was just like the mid just basically gets it exclusively
for 10 minutes,
and you have to just deal with it. I think it's better for weaker players. I think it's okay for high level players. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, it's pretty slow, so it doesn't necessarily feel like Like half the time, if I'm having a good lane, my items get delivered, and I'm like queuing up my next one, and I have to wait for it to go back. So it's not like it's like the sky's the limit. It's not like you can't give it to your
It's not
teammates
turbo.
anyways. Yeah, so I think it's fine.
Okay.
Something that does feel good as someone that plays 5 quite a bit is you just don't have to wait for your mid laner to send out the courier if you want to get new wards. So
Yeah, or
that's
sentry.
always quite nice. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How's it feel as an observer, though? There's 10 couriers you could... I mean, it's
It's
hard,
hectic.
right, to see every
It's
single
real
one die.
hectic.
It's near impossible.
Most of the times, I mean, I think I miss more courier kills than anything.
I mean, they're just dying. Because I feel like that's the one thing pro players can definitely work on. Ooh, they swapped the lane, 23 Savage.
No.
No,
Oh,
he
just TP'd in.
he
Okay.
knows they're there.
Yeah.
So.
Nice play.
Yep, they have the observer ward spotted him. So
Well done, Jabs. And there will be a body blocks. It doesn't go under the tower, though. Perfectly done by 23 Savage here. And we'll see who wins this harass battle up here.
So that was EG's move, just to try lane top to start. He knows there's a ward there now on crit because he was checking to see if the tower would hit him when he shouldn't have vision.
That's smart. One of those plays you can do.
Yeah, you got to be careful about placing wards in the mid lane that can be detected that way. A lot of players just don't do it anymore. I'm not 100% sure what the meta is because I don't play mid, but I'm under the impression you should kind of just not place wards that are dewardable like that.
Okay, there we see it. Courier will come bring some more reach, and Jabs as well as Flyer just going to square up. Whoa, there's a Courier just, hello, little donkey. Meanwhile, Fly, he might go down.
Courier?
He makes it out. Well,
That's a BSJ play right there.
yeah.
I do that
Like
all
you
the time.
see the whole time it's slowly meandering
I'm like, wait a minute, my courier is dead, and my viewers will be like, dude, it literally just walked right
through a
there.
hero. Yeah.
Got your items though. So.
He did get the items at least. A little bit.
that's like one busted thing about him having boots and battle hunger though, because battle hunger also gives you movement speed. So
Yeah.
if any of those guys use items at the start of the game, and they will because they're in the off lane, so it's faster. Like you can just snipe it every time. It's actually makes the courier thing a real threat.
Oh, and Fly will be able to get the kill there on the creep, so he's not battle hungered anymore. And has the headdress. We've been seeing a lot more headdresses, whether it's on the position 1 or on the position 5.
It's just so much value. 4 HP regen between you and the person in your lane.
Yep.
I did want to say about with the courier changes that it feels very skillful that you can... Okay, so first off, Morphling just died top, something that does occasionally happen to level 1 and 2 Morphlings, but you can kind of... It's more high skill in the sense that you can afford to fly yourself really cheap items if you need them. Like, oh, you know, I'm going to need Tangos in the near future, even though I have no other gold to buy anything.
Oh.
It's like the skill cap on buying items, I think, has gone up a lot.
Okay. Makes sense. And we see nice stun by Moon, but then he just gets 2 side blades to the face, and they're pretty much even here. And the CS, is it another EG game where all 6 cores are farming in this game? Kind of-ish, it looks like. Not as much as before.
Mid's going really well for Abed so far.
He is owning 13-4 versus 8-5 top. Jabs, he does have those boots, but he needs to be careful. There's a cookie. There's going to be the
Touched
stun,
it.
but it misses Jabs. And I don't think Ramses gets this kill now. He'll throw out the tip, and, well, we'll see, because Fly, we saw he got tipped last game, and then he got like a triple kill, and he'll tip you back. And you'll know he means it. Also, Moon
Correct,
just got solo killed
It
now.
was not solo kill. There was a tiny there.
Okay, my bad.
Rotation.
But
I'm
still,
guessing you got level 2.
it's still a hard lane, Leshrac against TA. 'Cause your damage is pretty good, but it takes a couple levels to really get your end gain in. So
Oh my goodness, and there's Square. He's going to run for it. You'd had to spin quite a few times in the moment there to, I don't think you can with level 1. And yep, the tip right back. Might as well. You got to expect it.
he just wanted more mana or something, I'm sure.
And then crit. Wasn't that what we just talked about on the couch? EG was on the couch after they won, and Arteez is like, you know what I hate the most? Tips from your team, because it always feels so condescending, like, yeah, you can do it. Get back into this game. You're killing it. And crit just does it on purpose.
That's all right. Increase morale of crit, decrease morale of Arteezy might be.
Who's your playmaker? Yeah, it
Yeah.
might be crit. You know, I've seen him win a few games. And man, this top lane's going a lot better than I thought it would for EG. Did you think the Morphling Axe was going to be stronger?
I thought
Sure.
it was, but I think their initial maneuver was even good enough just to make sure that the lane was survivable for this Night Stalker. It seems small, but if you run into the lane and like give them the runes and stuff, it makes a big difference.
It is only less than 1,000 gold lead, even though it's 3-0, so not the craziest. Meanwhile, Arteezy will get cogged. Then he's taking a ton of damage. Silence there. Crit throws out the stun. Do we have a toss? Looking for Ice 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 into the air. Can he get him to simulate onto the other side? There's the toss. 1 punch. Needs 2 more. I think there's 1. And he won't be able to get it. Healing Salve will be up, but he saves his teammate. And yeah, this game, full of action, even if not kills. They get the pull over here into the triple stack, double stack. They're back down bottom. Arteezy, he looks a lot more trouble this time, and he is. Just ran at.
Man, if you can kill him a couple times in lane, that's a huge deal. He's got 23 last hits, but that's about equal to what Clock has too.
Ooh, there's going to be the call. Looks
Bounties
like
here.
running up top for at least that one bounty. That Cookie, though, he'll stun. He's getting over the kill. Jabs might still get this rune before he goes down. Never mind. There's the TA. Hello.
It was gone already 4 seconds ago.
Right up the hill. Just gets smoked. Ice trying to chase. Not enough move speed.
You could see the hope in his eyes when he was walking up that hill, though.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
I
the
still
rune's
got
still
it.
That always feels so bad. You're like, I'm going to make it.
And then just one shot.
The mid's just been there ready, just waiting for you to walk up.
So this Axe, pretty rough start for. I mean, this whole top lane feels like a rough start, mostly from Fnatic. Most of the deaths.
I kind of wonder how he's going to transition, because I like that. I think it's fine that he's dying to help his Morphling do better, but his Morphling also died, and how's an Axe going to transition compared to another typical 5?
Yeah.
It might be a little bit tough for him.
Feels like one of those heroes you definitely want to get farm on, and with both the Morphling and the Lesh kind of having not that great game so far, they're
Where you
both
can
going to
get
win
it.
to be in the jungle,
Yeah.
so you're not really going to stack for the Axe to get him back, so feels like it's going to be a tranquil boost, just try and run at people together with Ice at some point.
Never feels good as a support when you know your other cores are losing. You're like, yeah, I'm kind of just stuck here. You're running at Ramses. Gets the creep kill, cancels the battle hunger. Ice will end up going down bottom, but now they will go for 23 Savage. It's going to be tough. Dodges the call. No, he canceled instead. Gets one on Ramses. They're just going to right-click him. 23 Savage does need to be careful, though. Fly does quite a bit of damage. Instead, it's Jabs who needs to be careful. Do we have a Void? We do not. No mana.
This just looks so uncomfortable for Jabs. He's like, he's stretching his call so much. He canceled like 3 times just so I have to run away. In some ways, getting double value out of it, but like that's all he can do. He's just got brown boots. Yeah, he's got great regen. His damage is okay. He's fast, but that's it.
I feel like 1-1-1 as a 5. Like now it feels like none of your abilities are strong, and you're not getting levels.
Yep. I mean, he can jungle now,
Yeah,
I guess,
that's
and
good.
and I guess so can 23 Savage in a bit, but
Yeah, this
then
top lane.
they get free farm.
Uh-oh, Moon does land the stun. A ton of damage with the Edict as well as the Pulse. They'll both just make it out for now. A ton of just seems like a lot of regen trading right now. Pops a trap. Doesn't allow him to get the gold.
That's when you know they're a good TA player, when they deny that 25 gold.
Don't let him. Ooh, Tiny does get pinged out. See him with the ward, so he's rotating middle, but DGL saying, hey, we see you.
Got to break that clarity potion. Very important.
Does get a square up, just throw the orb at, dodges the next right click. But they're moving forward. Uh-oh, Moon. Ooh, one more attack and was dead. Gonna throw down that same trap to slow down Jabs. Crit accidentally blocking Abed a little, but slows down Jabs. No coil, and looks like just a wasted TP there from the Axe. And now they know. They saw the TP. They can just dive this young man. He's trying to morph strength, and he does waveform over. Needs about 2 more hits from the Night Star. There's one, and there's a second. And that's just heads-up play. Whoever makes that call right, you know the guy TP'd middle. It's a free kill. And this game kind of changed in like 1 minute really quick with like 2 rotations.
Yeah. I mean, the lane was already really tough, right? They just peeked over to 2K net worth advantage, but it looks like it's been worse from my perspective.
And what did this well, we're doing a little bit of experimenting with this Axe, and right now it has not been too kind on him.
So much of it comes down to like whether you can get a kill in the first 2 levels, honestly. Like when you play these weird heroes in weird ways, it's like if you're ahead, it can be fine because then you can transition and you can pressure other lanes really well. But if you're playing behind, that's when you start realizing like, man, I should really just pick reliable heroes.
I should have
Oh,
just not
no.
picked this one.
And now the toss back, and he dodges the
What a
stun. There's
dodge.
going to be a hook shot, and he dodges that as well. Gets pushed back by the cogs. Crit's going to be in trouble.
It's cleaving it.
He goes down. He does. Ooh, farms up some of the cogs as well. And Crit's like, hey, that's perfectly fine. My mid got a kill. I don't mind.
Jabs is like, yes, free experience.
Please, I need this. At least 50. I need level 4.
Still blows the trap on him.
Gets it.
I do think this entire strategy by EG has been enabled by this Void Spirit carry, because they were able to put the Snapfire, the stronger lane support, with the Night Stalker as opposed to this Void Spirit. And now, since he's super survivable, they can just play around the TA as much as they want.
Ooh.
And that's really enabled them to get the good start they had out of all 3 cores. So now they're actually trying to play around their Void Spirit. Maybe for the outposts, is they think this is going to be like a move by Fnatic. But Clockwork already taking that outpost.
I mean, they could definitely kill Morph here.
They're
Avatos plus
going.
the cookie. They're just trying to figure out how to initiate it first.
And there's the cookie on the creep. It does end up hitting Aether Remnant there. Do we have a stun? It's from the Tiny. Can he get the toss up? Still has strength. He jumps back twice. Double Astral Step. Going for the TP. He has the strength. It looks like he will survive, and Ramses will end up going down instead. Great job by 23 Savage.
That seemed like a weird kill attempt to me, but
I mean, it was there
was
if
close.
they could land the stun. I think what ultimately was the problem actually was Fly was on the right side instead of the left. I think on the left he could have done Cookie from Fog maybe, and then maybe catch him before he starts morphing, but
that is a level 25 Morphling player, though. You know, like
Yes.
to rely on him not morphing,
it was definitely hard.
seems hopeful.
Well, there's a blink already on this TA, so do we see her start moving, or does she more just farm the jungle and get a death, so do you think?
This is a I'm still farming, but if I'm needed in nearby kills, I'll be there
Okay.
kind of item, I think.
Ice, ice, ice. There's going to be the coil. He's invis. Going to trap him in, maybe trap him out as well. And yeah, Artee's in a little trouble. No, the Snapfire actually turns it around. So much damage on Ice, ice, ice. There's the toss on the puck. He's dead. Ice, ice, ice is dead. And well, your 5 position on one side pretty much just solo killed 2 people.
Yep, that was a Rorschach moment from Watchmen. You're not trapped in here with me. It's I don't remember.
I'm trapped with you, or someone's
You
trapped
got it.
somewhere, yeah.
The person who didn't think they were trapped is the one that's
He's
trapped.
the one, yeah, exactly. And they're going to go for another kill on Moon. And I know this is what Weapons and BSJ said. Let's see that game 1 they had today. Just continue to run at them, and they're not slowing down.
Keep the aggression up.
Yeah. Oh, more fling. And here again, finally getting a little bit of farm. Arteezy actually the one taking the big chunk of damage. DJ does get his level 6 now. Well, yeah, it actually had the coil last fight. My bad.
It's okay.
Thank you. So if you are Fnatic, what do you try to do? Just buy 23 Savage time? It feels like he's in a bad spot down there even. I'm just not sure.
When you are behind, make a move on the opponent's safe lane tower. And that is what they are doing. So you have to open up this part of the map for you. But the thing that I'm scared of is even once they take this tower, EG has really good wards. One in the bottom lane and then the other one also in their bottom jungle. I guess those are expiring, but they can maybe use those to still make a good smoke play onto Fnatic. Because Fnatic pretty much said, we're going to control this bottom half of the map. And EG knows exactly what they're doing right now.
And they know the battery assault's on cooldown if they want to see
That's
some.
a big deal
Ooh.
for the immediate future.
There's a lot of heroes in this mid lane, especially from Fnatic, a couple from EG.
TA's just free reign farming the top half of the map. Tiny working on a Blink Dagger. Almost Desolator already on TA.
That's pretty scary, I'd say, because that just opens up Roche, like, immediately, right?
Mm-hmm.
They'll have the next nighttime.
Really nice smoke pop by Crit. He knew this was happening too.
Yep, almost gets killed in the bite. He'll get solo coil. He probably won't break it. He's going to die. He'll just sock him one time and goes down.
That's so much information for his team, though. They're making sure they pressure top and defend mid, and because he's giving that information, they can do all of that.
Nice. And the ward. It probably gives away this ward, but as you said, it is getting close to expiring. Will he get the kill? Aether Remnant's actually pulling him out, but no, Arteezy jumps forward. Gets hooked. Avoids a little damage, but the jump forward with both of them and gets it. Top lane, Abed, he does a lot of damage. Moon needs to hit this. He hits the stun, but he still dies. He's taking a lot of damage from the Edict. DJ's here. We know he already used his ultimate. Oh my goodness. Almost just gets killed. He still might. Throws down the trap on the backside. Arteezy's looking for jabs. Jabs is going to be the next one to fall here. I'm not even seeing. There's a spin, finally. And he lost his courier.
Man, having the fast Blink Dagger on Abed here was so useful, because then he pushes out top as normal, but it doesn't feel very safe at this point in the game normally to do this as mid, because someone's going to gank you, right? But if you've got Blink Dagger and you've got Refraction, how are they going to chain stun you? They'd have to, like, basically the only way they could do it is, like, puck coil into follow-up stuns, pretty much.
That's why most people are prioritizing Blink on TA as opposed to Deso first, because you're still farming, but you're allowed to farm more aggressively, which means even though you technically kill creeps a bit slower, you're allowed to basically take away farm from the opponent and apply more pressure while farming.
And you can still kill lane creeps super fast without Deso anyway, so
You
it's
just
like
cleave 'em
you're
down.
not really that vulnerable. Like, he got to sit top that whole time while Crit created that space from the breaking the smoke, and he just keeps getting creeps. Now he's like 2,400 gold ahead of the next guy.
Yeah.
200 gold away from his death, so 150.
That's scary.
And then they'll look to take Roche with that. They've already taken all 3 outer towers in the top half of the map, meaning usually you don't take that tier 2 mid before Roche, so they see this Leshrac.
And they're running down. He knows. He's like, wait, am I the one in trouble? He just starts running immediately, and he was. So nice game sense there.
EG does have the Deso being flown out, so they might be a bit hesitant because of the fact that Night Stalker just popped his ultimate, but they also have complete control.
Oh.
I don't think he saw
Don't
him
move
melded.
the courier in. Oh, it didn't go into the pit, so I don't think they saw it deliver. Wow. Oh, they know they're there now. Will they be able to make it here in time? It is daytime. Like you said, no Night Stalker ultimate. Do they have the damage, the AoE, to even do this? And it doesn't look like they are rotating over. Seems to be free. Ice. They're just trying to block the hook, not let him steal it, and they do.
Yeah, he did the cool little trick where Meld Strike minus armor stacks, so he waited for the first meld to be off cooldown. It just makes Roche go really fast.
Yeah, and oh, there's going to be the stun. There's going to be the toss back. Ramses pops his silence on top, throws out the void. Aether Remnant doesn't even hit, doesn't need to.
Thank God he couldn't cast a spell there. He might have been able to do something
to cast
himself.
a Battle Hunger on the
Yeah,
grave.
dude,
He could have given himself armor.
That's true. Could have
Armor,
disabled.
Battle Hunger, just run away.
Oh, level 2 call, dude? 2.4 seconds.
That's the 2-2-3 build. Jabs is a real innovator here.
It's the reverse 3-2-2 build.
Yep.
Cancel this
23
TP.
Savage. Oh, the rune. Oh, he wanted to get in front. Couldn't quite. 23 Savage. So there's going to be a cookie. Nice dodge there. Scatter shot.
We tried
and
to
he
morph.
can't wait for him. And now it is nighttime, so the silence does last longer, but he can make it uphill. He does.
That was really close.
Ooh.
He used his animation to try to morph so he'd get full HP, but that got canceled.
Hold on. They will end up taking this outpost. Still about 4 minutes till it truly matters. And the siege unit will just die to a tower. Poor guy.
That feels bad.
I'm surprised TA honestly just didn't tank it for a little bit since you saw 3 heroes middle.
It feels so good tanking towers for catapults, honestly.
Like, because even if you're the carry, you're like, this guy's the true carry. Like,
Yes.
this boy does like 100 damage a hit to a tier 1 tower.
He's going to carry you for the next 30 seconds.
Like,
if
you're
you
just
keep him
hitting the
alive.
tower anyways. I'm not calling you out, Abed, but I am.
But you are. Yeah.
I
He
am.
kept the catapult alive.
Yeah. Ring of Aquila for the morph, so probably the best one he could get here.
You know what item I've been getting really into is Nether Shawl. Nether Shawl I like really appreciate these
As long
days.
as you're not against a TA, that item is nice.
Yeah, if they have like a minus armor hero, then it's a bad time. But like in almost all other situations, I'm like, yo, this is a free hood.
Yeah.
Especially for like carries, especially if you have like a BKB, you just don't have to feel bad about popping BKB against magic damage. You can just tank the magic damage and save the BKB for the choiciest moments, you know?
Ooh, and
That's
there's
good.
going to be a stun. He doesn't get the toss, but they still want to take this fight. Yule's into the air on himself. Snapfire's ulting from afar. The Aether Remnant pulls him into it. That's going to be an easy kill on Moon. They want to find the Snapfire, but I'm sure Fly's like, I did my job. There's the dunk, so we will get some move speed, but Jabs gets slowed down in this very well. Aether Remnant stolen by the Morph. Won't matter. Abed blows him up.
That aspect of Axe support is decent, though, being able to give everyone movement speed with your ult.
That value out of the level 25 Morphle voice line.
Yep, like voice lining.
I don't think anybody's level 25 on Void Spirit yet, so maybe he's the first one to ever use that line.
Ever.
Ever.
Was it a cool line? I didn't hear what it was.
Something about void and stuff.
Yeah,
I wasn't
something about
listening.
spirits and voids.
Yeah, you know, it was cool, Perch. You had to be there.
Okay.
You had to be
You had to
there.
be
You have to
there.
be in lore to like that one.
Yeah. Sorry. I feel like you can't appreciate as much.
How can you carry hope in the face of the void?
That's pretty
cool. That's pretty cool.
Really?
What? Because
Point.
the whole thing,
And there's
it's a
definitely
double
better ones,
entendre
but-
as well, right? Because the only
Yeah.
other void in it is faceless void, so you can't have a face in the void.
This is very true.
So it's a Faces Void line, not really a Void Spirit line.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a deep thing again.
Okay.
You
Pupil,
had to be there.
yeah, again. Pupil's gift found. That's pretty good on. Does the TA take it? I assume. Just get the strength.
Maybe. Yeah, it looks like it. I guess most of the good items for TA are tier 3, like the Orb of Destruction and stuff.
It's good on a lot of their. Oh, it's good on Void Spirit, too. Could be. Kind of works everywhere.
Just strength. Getting free strength anytime. Always
and
nice.
agility is not bad on either. He's a right clicker at times.
All right,
Full armor.
Going for the S-plate next, but the morph, did he get the morph strength off? He did, like BSJ said. It's a level 25 morph. Even if you come right from that jungle, just 0.1 second is all you need.
Morph still wants to be like farming, and even though they aren't killing him, every time they run at him and he's forced to defensively morph and sit back a bit, it's just slowing down his timings. TA's further extending the lead. You kind of have to see this cute stuff that Fnatic's doing to try to scrap for farm on EG's side of the map. And he gets the Yules off. I was going to say that those creeps are blocking the Aether Remnant, but
Won't
yeah,
matter.
Japs just doing some scouting for his team here.
And Flying gets a counter observer ward, but they need to get out as a team. They know 2 of their heroes are
Yeah,
missing.
this is really important.
The hook shot whiffs.
Fnatic has to try to punish anytime they can outnumber EG, and knowing that two members from EG were chasing after jabs. They knew they had a small opening there, but EG correctly recognized, oh, our team just showed on the other side of the map. Let's be a little bit careful here, and they're good.
And like you said, they're not going to kill him here, but he's gone again.
Oh
Oh my God!
I never said that.
I
you choked.
lied.
I was like, speak for yourself here, Grant.
The Ghost Scepter was so funny because he like gets slapped twice,
Yeah.
he takes almost no damage, and he's like, "Go Scepter," and then
What?
all of a sudden Tiny shows up like, "I'm gonna deal 1,000 magic damage to you," and now it's gonna be 1,500 instead.
It's going to be an extra 40%.
Yeah, this took 1,400 magic damage from Tiny.
And now this game feels pretty rough here for Fnatic. You just lost the one guy who is actually farming. I mean, he was your top net worth, and now you just lost both outposts and possibly all 4 bounty runes. I think 2 are still in the
and
map.
even though he just died now, like almost every single time we see action happening, it's them pressuring Morphling.
Yeah.
It's like halfway through killing a camp, and then he has to leave and walk somewhere else and try to work on that, and they just keep doing that.
Yeah,
You're
this-
just kind of scared of wherever you want to try and farm in the Morphling. You can't be on the other side of the map where you usually want to spend time.
For how early this Void Spirit was picked, he's pretty unkillable this game. His only way of killing him really is coil, right? And he can Yules during that.
I just feel like it's one of those games where there's so much going bad
yeah.
that like the people that counter him are like, we got to stabilize, and they don't have the time to focus on doing like beating the heroes that they're really, really effective against, you know?
Oh, he might get the He does. He was spam clicking that W or whatever key he
That's
uses.
why you use Quick Cast, boys.
Oh, and there's going to be the 8th Remnant. Pulls him down. Tons of damage being put out. Moon, he's hurting them, though. They're nervous.
There's been
He's
a
weak.
little safe.
Lesh will get him. And oh, Snapfire ulti on the bottom side. Spear Vessel there. They will kill Jab, so a quick 2 kills. And you have the Aegis. I
Oh,
believe
he
you have a
wants it.
BKB. Is he
Still
going to get
for
it? One attack. There it is.
Oh, his little top hat, no.
Oh, no. It's on the ground. Don't do it to
Oh,
him.
Not the top hat. No. You could
It
have
fades
worn
into
that.
oblivion.
Do you just push the base? You have an Aegis still, right? On the TA? No.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
It's got one. It's refraction.
Yeah. Refraction and a BKB. 10 seconds. And
There's no
2
fortification,
gold.
so
I don't think you go high ground yet.
All
I'm
right.
guessing next Aegis you want to try and
I'm
go
pretty
with it.
sure they're going to do the move of let's accrue 25k net worth lead and win the game, just because Fnatic does not have any heroes that can naturally leave the base here. And it's not saying that they couldn't go high ground, but there's just no way for Fnatic to battle their way back onto this map. So instead of forcing the issue now, why not just do it with an extra 10k net worth lead? Fnatic has to chill in their base. You have so much kill threat. You have the Tiny, TA +1, Void Spirit +1. Like, pretty much every duo of heroes on EG kills somebody. Now they have a double damage. They almost have BKB. TA will get her items really fast, so, you know, waiting an extra couple minutes means a whole Orchid for TA. And Fnatic has to do exactly this. This is kind of their last desperation. Smoke to move on the map. EG is going to cower to their side of the map as a group because they know this is most likely happening because top lane's not getting pushed. And now I'm just going to let the fight happen, and you can talk about it, Grant.
We'll watch. Smoke versus smoke. The tension. You could cut it with a knife. If it was butter, obviously.
Cut it with Axe's hand right now.
Yes, you could cut it with axes. Pretty dull axe this game, it feels like. Maybe you couldn't, actually. Never mind.
As long as it's low HP butter.
Yeah. Well, they're middle. Moon shows himself. They have to know they're all behind Moon there, and we might just have a full-on 5v5, or they might just both go opposite ways.
Eblade just got finished by Morph as well. The question is how close Snapfire actually is to his Guardian Greaves now. Yeah, already have him.
Already
so
has it.
I don't know if that
Wow.
Eblade is going to be enough now.
That's nuts. Fly's been getting some early. He had like Guardian Greaves at what 20 minutes on his Grimstroke earlier today too. I was like,
With Glimmer
you
Cape
don't
as
see
well.
that
That
often.
was-
Yeah. He has been he's been richer than Crit in like a few games. Not this game. He's very close to it, but it's very surprising watching EG and seeing Fly actually get farm. I don't know. It's just weird to me. There we go. They jump forward. Arteezy has the double damage, and he dodges the hook from Ice. Can he get him? Nope. There's a BKB popped as well. The Snapfire ulti raining hell upon Fnatic. Moon's going to be the next one to die. Looks like no. He Bloodstone. He barely makes it out on the backside. The Tiny actually trying to make it. I lied. That's 23 Savage. He's gone. A bluer one. Throws the tree and gets the Courier, which had the net.
I'm a little surprised he didn't commit to the Lesh kill. Arteezy was still
He was
BKB.
really low,
like,
yeah.
I feel like he could have just walked with him, but
Whoa.
yeah, they just call GG on it. I mean,
Yeah.
they're really far behind. They
Your base
lost
is
their
dead.
lanes. They lost 2 lanes pretty hard, and their
Wow.
opponents had more mobility. They had easier kill potential. They had greater combos. Great team fight. It's just Easy win.
Is this going to be too much? Because EG looked pretty rough during the group stage, and they always, right, they're the lower bracket team, but they got through the rough part, and now they look clean. Because Fnatic definitely is probably the second best team here, it feels like, and they kind of just ran over them. Would you say it's a draft, a play, a little combo of each?
Feels that I don't want to say that this game is all the Fnatic is, because Axe support is weird, and like the laning was okay considering that like the pressure, like Morphling is definitely a carry that you can pressure for sure. So I would say like give him a more stable normal draft, and maybe we'll see what happens. Like even like Puck 4 can be very effective at getting kills in lane, but isn't like the biggest bully. So it feels to me like they had like two lane supports that are like a little bit limited in what they can do, especially if like two of their other cores have bad games, and that's what happens. So if we get a different game for Fnatic where they don't drop the ball in two core positions, then or at least like have two bad lanes that go weak for them, then we'll see a very different game.
Yeah, and that's a good point. We are going to throw to the highlights. I know it wasn't a long game, but there will still some sick plays by Abin 1-9. You can watch these highlights. We'll be back, and we'll break it down even deeper than ever before. Hey everyone, game one, a quick one for Evil Geniuses versus Fnatic. It was 25-6. Maybe probably the second most one-sided game we've saw besides the Liquid OG Seed game one. And yeah, it was. I don't know. You guys, what do you want to talk about from that game? Because it was pretty one-sided.
Well, I learned a decent amount from this game from watching how EG kind of dissected the way that Fnatic's been playing this pretty much the whole tournament so far.
Draft related or gameplay?
In draft related, but like even just lane setup. And what I mean is when I see Clockwork, I'm like, why aren't people? The thing about Clockwork is when he gets level 6, he doesn't kill the safe laner. A lot of safe laners don't really die to Clockwork. Like if I'm a safe laner, I give up Beastmaster early level 6. I'm scared as all hell that I'm just going to get ganked. I'm going to lose my tower. That doesn't apply if you're a Void Spirit against Clock. So what I mean is they first pick this Clock, and EG's whole idea is, okay, we're going to pick an independent safe laner, like Void Spirit, that he's going to do fine with like decent farm and levels, and we're going to have our win condition be in the mid lane, and we're going to have a greedier off laner that usually relies on much more help. And that's exactly what they did, and they're like this Void Spirit enabled that. So I kind of was like, wow, you know, they picked this third pick Tiny. I'm worried about Ramsey's beginning of his game, but instead they just give him a Snapfire. The Tiny was even there for the first wave. It all to me really boiled down to the fact that this first pick Clockwork means that the safe lane is not going to get pressured. And the way Clockwork usually operates is by like rotating to mid lane, maybe even rotating to his own safe lane to alleviate pressure there. But if those two lanes are so far behind, Clockwork is not a hero that's just going to bring you back into the game.
Do you feel like the game would be very different, though, if they didn't have... It feels like some ways EG's last pick was perfect. The TA not only gave them a good lane matchup against Leshrac, but also gave them like a heavy dose of carry potential that doesn't always come from the mid lane. So it was like perfect, right? It's like they can have this defensive one position, but they still don't sacrifice too much for carry potential.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, would it be very different if TA wasn't in that game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is that earlier in the tournament we saw Terrorblade and TA on the same team from Cloud9.
Yeah.
And that looked really bad because the TA and the Terrorblade both wanted to farm. But in this game, since you have the Void Spear carry, who's not actually a 1, picking TA as more of a one-position type mid, I think it's all part of the plan. Like I think they kind of intended that to be what their goal was. Because I think based on the Void Spear being an immediate pick against Clock, they're like, okay, we're going to put this safe lane. It's going to enable this. Like, these teams do think about this kind of stuff, and I think Fnatic hasn't had anybody really abuse that aspect against them yet. So I'm really curious what Fnatic does. Like, will they still first pick Clockwork? You know, what are like? Will they be willing to pick 23 Savage's hero as early as they did this game? Because in that game, I felt like the Morphling's a win condition, but he's second pick, so he's much more countered. But then TA has a free game, so.
And let's be real, that it feels like, you know, Fnatic has been NA a bit. Maybe they watched too many IX Mike position 5 axes, because that kind of felt what it was at that point. We're probably not seeing that again, right?
Where was the axe picked in? That was the 4th?
It was 9th pick. It was 9th pick axe.
The last pick for them, right?
Yeah, they're absolutely last pick.
And if it's your pick, not overall last, but if it's your last pick, it's got to have impact, right? You don't just last pick, you don't save that spot to not.
Maybe he expected to be against Tiny, instead
I-
of
I-
that's what I'm
Snapfire.
saying. I
Having
think they
impact.
expected that, and I think the way EG oriented their lanes really caught them off guard.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you brought up Wepis. You brought up how it's like they just put those 2 low cooldown heroes in the top lane. You just keep nuking over and over and over.
Because if it's a Tiny is not meant to like right-click trade very often.
Yeah.
You run out of regen quick. But if it's Axe using Battle Hunger, you're going to win every single trade. So all of a sudden it's a Snapfire and he has to play normal. He's like, oh shit, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah,
I
and the way
like-
people have changed up how they would play Snapfire would just scatter blast and cookie instead of not going for their E at all. Then you just constantly blast the Axe, and the Axe wants to have, like if you played Snapfire the way you used to a couple of months ago, the Axe probably would have done way better against the Snapfire. But nowadays it's like it doesn't really work out.
People learn how to play. And now I've got a question for you guys. If someone is going to give you something, are you okay with that? Do you like giveaways?
I'm okay being given things, especially if they're free.
Well, that's great because BTS, they've got a giveaway for you at home, and we're going to throw it up right now. You can find out bts.gg/giveaway. Not only can you earn some swag, that is correct, you can get some money.
Ooh la la.
Yes, indeed. bts.gg/giveaway. The good clothing, some sweet, sweet money. Simple as that. Just go there, sign up. Boom. You could be the one walking home with some money or a new chair.
I could use another esports backpack. I might sign up.
Yeah, you've been using the same one for a while now, Purge, so it might be time to finally switch it up.
I use the Dota branded one. It's really nice.
Yep. And that means we do need to have a short little break as the teams, they do get into the lobby. Once they're in there, we will be back. Game number 2, can EG close us out and we go on to our last series of the day, elimination? Or will Fnatic take it to a game 3? You'll have to stick around and find out.